Right then, hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello, wherever you are. My name is Paul. I'm the brains behind Knickknack's Daily Teaser, a series of fun, hopefully daily brain teaser quizzes that you may have seen floating about on YouTube. I also write my blog, Knickknacks All Peculiar, and on top of the daily teasers, I also talk about, well, whatever comes to mind really, but I notably talk about TV shows I've seen and movies that I've watched. Just so you know, in case you haven't come across my video movie reviews, I've got a 5-star review rating system for any films I do watch. Starts at 0, then goes to 1, 2, 3, and right at the top, 4. That's the highest rating I give. 0 is the lowest. I want you to keep that in mind for when I tell you about the film I've seen tonight. It's the Gina Prince Blythewood directed Charlize Theron film that is The Old Guard. Let me try and summarise it for you if I can. While I fiddle with my hair. Let me try and summarise the film for you. The Old Guard is based on the graphic novel of the same name, and it opens with the corpses of Andy, Booker, Joe, and Nikki, played respectively by Charlize Theron, Matthew Schoenitz, hope I've got these names right, Marwan Kenzari, and Luca Marinelli. The scene flashes back to the group hiring itself out to former CIA man Copley, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. The ex-CIA man wants to hire them to apparently rescue, a group of children kidnapped by South Sudanese militants. It's only when the group is completely and utterly killed by Copley's agents that they realise they've been set up. And Copley gets confirmation of what he's guessed already, that Andy's groups of mercenaries are basically, apparently, immortal. They are quite literally capable of shrugging off gunfire and injury in the way normal humanity shrugs off rains. He knows, because he has managed to get the footage and show it to various interested parties. Andy's little group of mercenaries, however, have managed to recover in inhuman time from the injuries that the Copley's groups inflicted on them, and once they've dealt with their killers, they hastily get the hell out of South Sudan and head for the nearest safe house, which, if I recall correctly, is in Paris. Whilst the team are on the plane home, all 4 of them have a telepathically induced dream. They dream about a Marine in Afghanistan who gets her throat cut and then survives in the same way they do. That Marine is Corporal Niall Freeman, played by Kiki Lane, who's just literally been stabbed in the neck by an Afghan militant. Copley doesn't know it, but his boss, Marek, Harry Melling, is going to be very interested in Andy's little group. Now, what did I make of The Old Guard? What did I think of it? What did I see? What did I take to? What did I not take to? I could really say all sorts of things. I really, really, really could. But I don't want to be too hard or too blunt. I will say this, though. The Old Guard leaves me with, well, thinking and feeling neither one thing or the other, I suspect. On the one hand, the basic premise that there's a small group of immortal mercenaries out there. It's hiring itself out for reasonably good causes and for a lot of money. It's keeping itself very private in the meantime. We see Andy conning her way into wiping a photo off someone's phone, for example. It's very good at entertaining itself as and when it can. That premise is quite good. The action scenes are incredibly well done. They really are quite something to watch. Very well choreographed, beautifully done, and you can see that the team have put in a lot of practice on that. Excuse me. The basic plot was okay. The acting was pretty damn good. It's a competent team that's been hired out to do this. don't forget Charlize Theron is, after all, an Oscar winner, so you're going to get a competent actor there. My biggest problems off bat, in the immortal words of Mark Kermode, the old guard is possibly half an hour too long. Cutting some of the flashbacks could have done, leaving out, maybe making the action scenes 5 minutes shorter, maybe. Making one or two of the expositionary scenes, again, a little shorter, a little terser, could have helped. Yes, the characters seem realistic. But the dialogue could have done with a bit more humour, a little more banter, to put it bluntly. The action scenes are great, they really are, and they tell us that the characters have all known each other years and worked together for years, so that's very convincing in that sense to watch. There's a scene at the start where Joe, Booker, and Nikki get Andy, the Charlize Theron character. They get her a slice of baklava from wherever. And you see him putting money on whether she can guess which part of the world this slice of baklava is from, this slice of cake is from. It's a nicely done scene, but we could have done with more of that sort of humour. Not necessarily completely Pulp Fiction graveyard humour, but certainly that delicate touch of a team that's worked together well. A little more of that could have done well, instead of some of the highlights and flashbacks that we saw, possibly. I would want to see a touch more of that, and possibly a bit less flashback, to get me convinced that the team are who they're supposed to be. A team that's worked together very well for a very, very long time. They need banter, maybe, I think. And I suspect it may happen, but if, as I suspect it may happen, the old guard gets the franchise treatment, I'd expect to see a little more of that humour. Maybe lighten the tone a little more. Maybe have a little more something somewhere. As it stands, we're going to have to see about that, and as it stands, the old guard has got 1 star from me. Leave me a comment underneath, folks. Let me know what you think if you've seen it. Let's see what we can see about what happens. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening for me stutter and burble on. Have a good evening. Take care. Have fun. Be good. Come back tomorrow for the next daily teaser. Take care now.